Good morning, viewers. In my fourth podcast episode on fraud related subjects, today I would like to briefly explain all about hackers. You see, there are various types of hackers, and it is very relevant in the study of frauds. See, the Wikipedia definition of a hacker is a person skilled in information technology who uses his technical knowledge to achieve a goal or overcome an obstacle within a computerized system by non-standard means. Okay, that means through other techniques and other softwares, etc. of hacking tools. So, though the term hacker has become associated in popular culture with a security hacker, but someone who utilizes the technical know-how of bugs or exploits to break into a computer system and access data which would otherwise be inaccessible to them. Hacking can also be utilized by illegitimate figures in legal situations. So, basically, you see, if you say we talk of hacker from the security point of view of the systems. However, it is very pertinent to note that there are different types of hackers who are all not legal and legitimate. So, from this brief discussion on the 8 different types of hackers relevant in cyber security and in fraud study, it is important to know and understand the various types of hackers. Now, the first one is the white hat ethical hackers. White hat or ethical hackers. A white hat hacker or ethical hacker is an individual who uses his hacking skills and tools to identify security vulnerabilities in hardware, software, and other networks. Thus, white hat hackers respect the rule of law as it applies to hacking. It is perfectly legal and done with a particular purpose to identify security vulnerabilities. White hat hackers only seek vulnerabilities or exploits when they are legally permitted to do so. See, they may do their research on open source software as well as on software or systems they own or have been authorized to investigate. And after that, they fully disclose all the vulnerabilities they find to the company or the organization or the product owner who is responsible for fixing the flaws. So, the issues can be resolved before they are exploited by malicious hackers. So, surprisingly, even though Kevin Mitnick originally is a black hat, ultimately after he was caught and punished and all that one, at one time he was FBI's most wanted hacker by breaking into 40 large organizations for no reason. However, he was employed by the same organization and now a sought after security expert for 500 firms and government organizations all around the globe. And so Kevin Mitnick, and there's also a book written by him in this regard. So that is what is white hacker, who is a ethical hacker who does things only on the advice or request of the owners. Now we come to black hat hacker. A black hat hacker is typically one that engages in cybercrime operations and uses hacking for financial gain, cyber espionage purposes, or other malicious motives. Black hat hackers use phishing, malware, or other forms of attacks to steal data or penetrate systems with malicious intent. The black hat hackers' motives can vary from financial to political, or they can simply be showing off their own skills. But the black hat hackers are the dangerous lot. So, Mitnick, Kevin Mitnick, whom I mentioned in the case of white hat hackers, was actually the prominent black hat hacker. But he was caught and convicted with a 5-year prison sentence. And after fully serving the sentence, he became a consultant and public speaker for computer security. And he runs Mitnick Security Consulting LLC and also FBI and other organizations. He is one of the most well-known black hat hackers. At one point, he was the most wanted cyber criminal in the world. He hacked into several major corporations, including Motorola, IBM, and even the US National Defense Warning System. So, like that, the black hat hackers are the dangerous people. Now, there is red hat hackers. Red hat hackers may use any means necessary to stop a black hat hacker, including hacking into their systems and destroying their data. Red hat hackers are often viewed as vigilant and their accounts are not always legal. That means these guys are not troublemakers. He tries to stop troublemakers, but they do it on their own. These hackers act as a digital activist or as a vigilant and uses their hacking knowledge to convey a message. The reason for hacking might be political, social, religious or ideological. However, red hat hackers are not inherently evil. That is a point to note. They do everything they can to stop the bad guys, including taking matters into their own hands. That is the issue. So, like that, unlike white hat hackers, they are not employed as such or requested to do any systems, whether they are hacked or anything, and control. Nor like black hat hackers with a malicious incentive, but these people are viewed as vigilant and they are inherently are not inherently evil. Now we go to the fourth category, grey hat hackers. See, grey hat hackers are a combination of white and black, black hats looking into vulnerabilities of the systems without prior knowledge of the owners. They won't steal and leak the financial information. However, this type of hacking is considered illegal because the hackers don't receive permission from the owners before attempting to attack their systems. So a grey hat hacker, also spelled grey hat hacker, is someone who may violate ethical standards or principles, but without the malicious intent ascribed to black hat hackers. Grey hat hackers may engage in practices that seem less than completely above board, but are often operating for the common good. So, just like these red hat hackers and grey hat hackers, they are not like black hat hackers who are the dangerous among the lot. Now we go to green hat hackers. A green hat hacker is a hacking newbie who may not know all there is to know, causing him or her to make mistakes along the way. They are a unique type of hackers who use their technical knowledge and skills to find weaknesses in systems and networks that professional hackers may have overlooked. Okay? So they can be employed by companies or organizations to test the security of their systems, known as penetration testing or ethical hacking. So they are also not dangerous, or they also do not perform any activity with a malicious intention like the black hat hackers. Now coming to blue hat hacker. See, blue hat hacker is a subgroup of white hat hackers who are hired externally by companies to perform penetration testing and sniff out bugs and vulnerabilities before a big launch. These hackers typically have a background in cybersecurity and are invited by organizations to test their systems for vulnerabilities before a product launch or major update. So these people are specifically employed and asked to penetrate the systems to test for any vulnerabilities before a product launch or major update. So, if you see, there is a very thin line of difference between grey hat hackers, green hat hackers, and blue hat hackers with minor differences, but all three are not with a malicious intention, are not like the black hat hackers. That is the important point to note in knowing this distinction. Then there are state-sponsored hackers. So, to put it simply, government-backed hacking is a form of digital inclusion that works to promote a nation's interest at home or abroad. So, this is a government-backed hacking. However, at times these state-sponsored hackers are used by countries to intrude or hack another country, public utilities, organizations are rigging and other cyber threat activities. But these people are employed by government of one country to do these malicious activities of another country. So that they are the state-sponsored hackers, and they may comprise of all types of hackers with high skills and knowledge. As conventional conflicts between great powers have been deterred by the threat of mutually assured nuclear holocaust, cyber warfare is the current scenario in this world. So cyber warfare has been slowly taking their place in the global arena. Now some group of state-sponsored threat actors are coming into the spotlight, and they are the state-sponsored hackers to do some mischief to another country systems, and maybe government offices, they may be defense offices, or they may be big organizations or oil rigs or things, or banks or anything. Now we come to script kiddies. What does it mean? Script kiddie is a derogative term actually that computer hackers coined to refer to immature but often just as dangerous exploiters of internet security weaknesses. Not all novice hackers are script kiddies. Some inexperienced attackers do try to learn about and understand the tools they use. So these are all experimental type of fellows who just use with their half knowledge and then to see what's happening or things like that one, which may be dangerous at times. So is a script kiddie is an unskilled individual, like a quack. For example, in all professions there are quacks. Like that, a script kiddie you can call as a quack in these hacker categories. Unskilled individual who uses scripts or programs developed by others primarily for malicious purposes. See, they themselves do not know how to develop a program or something, but they know how to use others' program, but in the process they may make mistakes. And so these are the broad categories of hackers. I am just again recollecting for the benefit of my listeners that there are white hats who are ethical hackers, the black hats the most dangerous of all, and red hat hackers, grey hat hackers, green hat hackers are not malicious, are not dangerous, and there is very thin line of difference between all of these three, including blue hat hackers. And then state or nation sponsored hackers are something, they are highly skilled and professional people employed by the country, at the governments of one country to do mischief in these Cold Wars and others, or to get the details of defense, or to create some commotion in another country. So they are professional hackers only, but employed by the state or the nation. And finally, script kiddies who are like quacks and who just want to experiment and doing mistakes also in the existing programs, and they themselves do not know how to even write a particular program for hacking. So this is a brief scenario of the hackers, and it is very relevant that fraud examiners and even auditors and forensic accountants, everybody should have some knowledge, and where needed we take the professional opinion of the respective professional people who are in this cyber security. Good day, and I'll come out with another topic in my next podcast. Thank you.